So the Twins go 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the first inning, and we're going to head to the bottom half of the first. All knotted up 0-0 here at Riverside Stadium. We'll be right back. Victoria Generals baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the bottom of the first inning. Generals and Twins all knotted up 0-0. Twins go 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the first. On starting Burns on the mound tonight for the Twins. Here in game 1 of a 2-game series between the Twins and the Generals here at Riverside Stadium. Leadoff batter tonight for the Victoria Generals is going to be the left fielder, Dominic Cox. So Dominic Cox steps in first here for Victoria, trying to get something rolling. Bottom of the first inning, no hits on no runs for the Twins in the top half of the first. First pitch on the way is going to be fouled back for strike 1. So the count sits at 0-1 here to Dominic Cox. First baseman Thomas Jeffries on deck. 0-1 pitch coming on the way from Burns. Will be fouled back again, and the count moves to 0-2. Count sits at 0-2 here to Dominic Cox, the left fielder, playing his college ball at Rice University. Gage Burns on the mound, playing his college ball at Hutchinson. 0-2 pitch coming on the way from Burns is going to be way inside. That one almost hitting Cox. And they're going to say that it did nick Cox right on the jersey. And Dominic Cox is going to be down to first after being hit by a pitch. So Dominic Cox hit on the jersey by the ball by Gage Burns. And with a runner on first base, nobody out, the first baseman Thomas Jeffries is going to step in. So Jeffries, the batter, up after Dominic Cox hit by a pitch. First pitch coming on the way from Burns is going to be hit right up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for Thomas Jeffries. Jeffries continues the good season of hitting for the Generals, and there will be runners on first and second. So after the Jeffries base hit up the middle, the next batter up is going to be Chase Evans. Jeffries on first, Dominic Cox on second. Michael Williams, the center fielder, on deck. First pitch coming on the way to Chase Evans. It's going to be grounded up the middle. And it's going to be go past the shortstop's glove. Dominic Cox is going to be sent home, and that's going to be the first run of the game. Chase Evans with the RBI single to score Dominic Cox, and the Generals quickly up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. So after the RBI single by Evans, the next batter up is going to be the center fielder, Michael Williams. So Chase Evans, the runner on first. Thomas Jeffries, the runner on second. Generals now lead 1-0. First pitch on the way. There goes the runners. And not even a throw is going to take place as Jeffries moves down to third and Evans moves down to second. So now with runners on second and third, Marshall Skinner, the batter, on deck. The center fielder, Michael Williams, looking to score these runs. As the 1-0 pitch is going to miss outside to make the count 2-0. Count sits at 2-0 here to the center fielder, Williams. Pitch on the way from Burns. Will miss outside once again, and the count moves 3-0. Excuse me, they're going to say that pitch was in there for a strike to move the count to 2-1. Looked a little outside from over here in the booth, but nonetheless the count sits at 2-1. Pitch on the way coming to Williams is going to be in there for strike 2, and the count sits even at 2s. So an even 2-2 count here to Williams. Jeffries, the runner, on third. Evans, the runner, on second. Pitch coming on the way to Mike will miss outside, and the count will go full 3-2. Generals leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning after the Chase Evans RBI single. Michael Williams, the batter. Gage Burns, the pitcher. 3-2 pitch coming on the way to Burns will miss outside, and Michael Williams will move down to first after the walk. So the bases are now loaded for the catcher, Marshall Skinner. So the catcher, Skinner, steps in with the bases loaded. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Starting pitcher, Gage Burns, already has dug himself a hole as the Generals, with the bases juiced, and the catcher, Skinner, will try and add to the 1-0 lead the Generals hold. First pitch coming on the way to Skinner is going to go off the shin of the umpire. Luckily, he's wearing shin guards, and the count moves to 0-1. Kyle Boudreau, the batter, on deck for the Victoria Generals. 0-1 count here to Skinner. Bases are loaded, nobody out. 0-1 pitch on the way. Will miss outside to even things up at 1. So 1-1 count here to Marshall Skinner, playing his college ball at Northwestern State University. 1-1 pitch coming on the way from Burns. Skinner's going to hit this one up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. And 2 runs are going to come home for the Generals. Close play at the plate. It looks like the second runner is not going to get in there and is going to be called out. But the Generals get a run nonetheless to make the lead now 2-0 on the Marshall Skinner RBI single. So the Generals could not get the second run across the plate. But the Generals now leading 2-0 here over the Twins. And the next batter up for the Generals is going to be Kyle Boudreau. Runners on first and second. First pitch on the way, and Williams is going to get caught in a pickle here. As the pitcher Gage Burns did not throw the ball home. Williams thought the ball was going to cross the plate. But Williams ends up getting put in a pickle, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So Skinner moves down to second. And now with 2 outs, here in the bottom of the first inning, Generals holding a 2-0 lead over the Twins. Kyle Boudreaux, one of the recently acquired Generals, playing his college ball at Angelina College, will step up for the Generals. First pitch coming on the way to Boudreaux. Skinner, the runner, on second. First pitch will miss down and away, making the count 1-0. So the Generals already scoring 2 here in the bottom of the first inning, off the Chase Evans RBI single and the Marshall Skinner RBI single. 3 hits in the game so far. Pitch on the way to Boudreaux will miss outside to move the count to 2-0. So a 2-0 count here to Kyle Boudreaux. Anthony Jones, the batter, on deck. 2-0 pitch from Burns will miss outside to make the count 3-0. So a 3-0 count here to Kyle Boudreaux. Generals with the runner on second base. 3-0 pitch coming on the way. It's going to be right down the middle for strike 1. Count moves to 3-1 here to Boudreaux. Marshall Skinner, the runner, on second base. Three-one pitch coming. Boudreaux's going to hit this one over to the left side, right to the third baseman, throw over to first for the third out of the inning. But they're going to say that the ball, looks like the ball bounced over the foul line to even the count back up, to make the count full at 3-2. They're going to say that Boudreaux's ball did not stay inside. Close play over there at third base, nice throw. But nonetheless, the count sits full to 3-2 here to Boudreaux. Generals holding a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. 3-2 pitch coming on the way. Boudreaux's going to hit this one over, but it's going to be caught by the shortstop for the third out of the inning. But the Generals get 2 runs in the bottom half of the first to now take a 2-0 lead. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back with Victoria Generals Baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the top of the second inning. Generals holding a 2-0 lead over the Twins. Matthew Swick on the mound tonight for your Victoria Generals, as the first pitch from Swick will be fouled back for strike one. Matthew McDonald will be the batter up for the Texarkana Twins. Generals scoring 2 runs in the bottom half of the first inning to take a quick 2-0 lead. 0-1 pitch on the way from Swick, off speed pitch, is going to miss outside to even things up at 1. Matthew McDonald playing his college ball at Glendale Community College. 1-1 pitch from Swick, swung on and missed for the second strike of the at-bat. Matthew Swick, the pitcher on the mound for the Generals, playing his college ball at Blinn Community College. Oh, 1-2 pitch will be fouled back. The count remains 1-2 here to Matthew McDonald. Game 1 of a 2-game series between the Generals and the Twins here at Riverside Stadium. Game 2 will be tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch, before the Generals hit the road once again to take on Acadiana. Generals on a 2-game losing streak. So 1-2 pitch from Swick will be down and away, bouncing to make the count 2-2. So a 2-2 count here to Matthew McDonald. Avery George, the batter, on deck, as Swick's pitch will miss down and away to make the count full 3-2. So the count sits full 3-2 here to McDonald. Pitch coming on the way from Swick is going to be fouled back after getting the tip of the bat from McDonald. Big crowd tonight here at Riverside Stadium. A lot of them came out to see Clay Crockett and the Nation of Believers in the pregame concert. 3-2 full count coming on the way to McDonald. Pitch on the way will be fouled back again, and Matthew McDonald staying alive here in the at-bat. Once again, Generals adding 2 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. Chase Evans with the RBI single, Marshall Skinner with an RBI single. We have a 3-2 count. Pitch coming on the way from Swick will be down and away for ball 4. And that's going to be a walk here to start the top half of the second. So McDonald draws the walk, and the next batter up for the Texarkana Twins is going to be Avery George. George steps in, nobody out, runner on first. Swick looks over to first at McDonald. First pitch coming on the way from Swick. We right down the middle, missing. Excuse me, they're going to say it missed. Looked like it was right down the middle from where I'm sitting, but nonetheless the count will sit to 1-0. Avery George playing his college ball at Lamar University has a runner on first. 1-0 pitch coming on the way from Swick will miss inside, moving the count to 2-0. So a 2-0 count here to George. Hunter Sutherland, the batter, on deck, as the 2-1 pitch will be in there for strike one. So 2-1 count coming to George. Pitch on the way from Swick will be right down the middle for strike two. Count now sits even at 2-2. Once again, the batter on deck, Hunter Sutherland. McDonald, the runner, on first. Pitch on the way from Swick's going to be grounded over to the third baseman, Osborne. But they're going to say it bounced foul to bring George back to the plate. Once again, the Generals on a 2-game losing streak after going to Acadiana and losing Friday and Saturday night. Looking to break that 2-game losing streak here tonight against the Twins. Already hold a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second. 2-2 pitch coming on the way to George. Pitch on the way from Swick's going to be grounded up to the the shortstop Trent Brown. Throw over to first for a double play. So heads up fielding there by the shortstop Trent Brown, and just like that, 2 outs here in the top of the second. So after the ground out double play, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning, the next batter up for the Texarkana Twins is going to be number 26, Hunter Sutherland. First pitch on the way from Swick will be swung on and missed, foul tipped back to make the count 0-1. Count sits at 0-1 here to Sutherland. Pitch on the way from Swick will miss off the edge of the glove of Skinner, evening things up at 1. On the infield tonight for the Victoria Generals, Thomas Jeffries at first base, Kyle Boudreau at second, Trent Brown at short, Parker Osborne at third. 1-1 pitch coming on the way from Swick will miss inside, moving the count to 2-1. Left field, Dominic Cox. Center field, Michael Williams. Right field, Chase Evans. The catcher is Marshall Skinner. 2-1 pitch coming on the way from Swick will be fouled off into the parking lot, moving the count to 2-2. Two-two pitch coming on the way to Hunter Sutherland. Tanner Sparks, the batter on deck for the Twins. 2-2 pitch is going to hit Sutherland right in the middle of the back. And Hunter Sutherland will be down to first after getting hit by a pitch. So Hunter Sutherland gets hit right in the numbers, right in the back. Runner on first base, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. And Tanner Sparks will step in now for the Twins. So once again, Sutherland on first base after being hit by the pitch. Sparks is the batter now for the Twins. First pitch coming on the way. That one's going to be inside, missing. Almost hitting Sparks right on the shoulder blade, but just misses to move the count to 1-0. 1-0 pitch coming on the way. That one's going to be popped up over to the right side, and it looks like the right fielder, or excuse me, the second baseman, Kyle Boudreau, is going to run under it for the third out of the inning. So we head to the bottom of the second. Generals hold a 2-0 lead over the Twins. We'll be right back. Victoria Generals baseball. So a 1-0 count here to Anthony Jones. Pitch on the way will miss down and away. And the count will now move to 2-0. Count here to Jones. Pitch on the way from Burns will miss inside to make the count 3-0. The batter is the designated hitter, Anthony Jones. 3-0 pitch coming on the way. That one will be in there for strike one. Trent Brown, the batter, on deck for the Victoria Generals. 3-1 pitch to Jones will be grounded right up the middle, right to the shortstop. Throw over to first, and it's going to be a close play at first, but they're going to say that the first baseman, Matthew McDonald, stepped off the bag, and Jones will be down to first with a single. So after Anthony Jones gets on with a single, next batter up is going to be Trent Brown, the shortstop. So Jones now the runner on first. First pitch coming on the way. Burns actually looks over to first at Jones. Gets him to go back to the bag. First pitch coming finally on the way to Brown. Pitch on the way. There goes Jones to second. Brown's going to hit this one right up the middle. But Brown will be thrown out at first, but Jones moves down to second. So Trent Brown grounds out, moves Anthony Jones to second base. And the next batter up with one out here in the bottom of the second inning is going to be the third baseman, Parker Osborne. So Osborne steps in. Anthony Jones, the runner, on second base. Burns looks over to second at Jones. Quick time here by the umpire. Burns really getting pestered by Jones over there on second base. Jones being a huge threat to steal. Back to the top of the order, Dominic Cox, the batter, on deck. Parker Osborne, the batter. First pitch coming on the way to Osborne will be way inside. That one's going to get away from the catcher, and Anthony Jones will move down to third base with no hesitation. So bad throw there by Gage Burns. Has Anthony Jones on third base. One out here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 pitch coming on the way is going to be grounded right up the middle. That's going to be a base hit for Parker Osborne. And Osborne is going to go to second base. He's going for it. Close play at second. Parker Osborne will be on with an RBI double. And the Generals now with a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. So Parker Osborne gets one right in between that gap and right in center. And Osborne is down with a double. And the lead improves to 3-0 Generals. So after the RBI double by Parker Osborne, back to the top of the order we go for the Victoria Generals. It'll be Dominic Cox, the left fielder. Generals now lead 3-0. First pitch coming on the way to Dominic Cox. Off speed will miss inside, moving the count to 1-0. Thomas Jeffries, the batter, on deck. Parker Osborne, the runner, on second base. 1-0 count here to Dominic Cox. Pitch on the way from Burns will miss outside, moving the count to 2-0. Count sits at 2-0 here to Dominic Cox. Burns looks to his catcher, gets the sign. 2-0 pitch coming on the way to Cox. Be right down the middle for strike one to move the count to 2-1. 4 hits so far in the game tonight for the Victoria Generals, none for the Texarkana Twins. Generals lead 3-0. 2-1 pitch coming on the way from Burns to Cox, will miss outside to move the count to 3-1. So a 3-1 count to Dominic Cox. Once again, Jeffries the batter on deck. Parker Osborne the runner on second. 3-1 pitch coming on the way. Cox is going to swing at that one, grounded right over to the third baseman. But they're going to say once again the ball went foul. And the count will move to full 3-2. So the scoring tonight so far for the Victoria Generals: Chase Evans with an RBI single in the bottom of the first. Marshall Skinner with an RBI single in the bottom of the first. And now Parker Osborne with an RBI double here in the bottom of the second. Generals lead 3-2. Or excuse me, Generals lead 3-0. 3-2 count here to Cox. And Cox is going to take one right in the shoulder blade. Throw the bat over to the dugout. Dominic Cox will move down to first after being hit by the pitch. So after Dominic Cox is hit right in the back by a pitch, the next batter up here is going to be the first baseman, Thomas Jeffries. So Jeffries steps in after Cox is hit by the pitch. Runners on first and second. 1 out here for Jeffries. Chase Evans, the batter, on deck. First pitch coming on the way from Burns to Jeffries. That one will miss high and away, moving the count to 1-0. Thomas Jeffries with a single tonight, already in the game for the Generals. 1-0 count coming on the way. Pitch on the way to Jeffries from Burns. Will be in there, just hitting that inside corner to make the count 1-1. The two Rice University players, Dominic Cox on first, Parker Osborne on second. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Jeffries is the batter. Quick time here by Jeffries before the pitch is thrown. Chase Evans, the batter, in the on-deck circle for the Generals. So a 1-1 count here to Jeffries. Pitch on the way from Burns. Jeffries is going to hit this one up the middle. That's going to be another base hit for Jeffries. Osborne is going to be held at third. Not trying to test the arm of the center fielder, Cam Hill. And Thomas Jeffries on with another single here. And the bases are now loaded. So after the base hit by Jeffries to load the bases up, the next batter up is going to be Chase Evans, the right fielder. Evans tonight already with an RBI single, looking to add to that total. Bases are loaded. First pitch on the way to Evans. That one's going to be high and away. Evans having to dodge that one. And the count will move to 1-0. Looked like it might have just awkwardly left the hand of Burns, as that one was clear up by the head of Evans. Count now 1-0. 1-0 pitch coming. On the way. That one will be down and away, missing to move the count to 2-0. Counts it to 2-0 here to Evans. Jeffries on first. Dominic Cox on second. Osborne on third. 2-0 pitch will miss down and away once again, and the count now to 3-0. Michael Williams will be the center fielder on deck for the Victoria Generals. 3-0 pitch coming. Evans is going to take that one right down the middle, and the count will move to 3-1. So a 3-1 count here to Chase Evans. Bases are loaded. Generals holding on to a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. 3-1 pitch from Burns is going to be down and away, and that's going to be a run. Walked in for the Generals to make the game 4-0. So Chase Evans draws the walk. The run has been scored. Game now sits at 4-0. And we're going to have a quick mound visit here between the Twins head coach and Gage Burns. Michael Williams will be the next batter up here with the bases loaded. And we're going to step aside for just a moment. We'll be right back with Victoria Generals Baseball. Bottom of the second inning, bases are loaded. Michael Williams is going to step in now for the Victoria Generals. Chase Evans, the runner, on first. Thomas Jeffries, the runner, on second. Dominic Cox, the runner, on third. Williams, the center fielder, will step in. 5 hits tonight in the game for the Generals, none for the Twins. First pitch coming on the way from Burns. Will miss outside, moving the count to 1-0. So they're going to say that it looks like Gage Burns might have balked there. I think that's what they're going to call. I think they're going to say Gage Burns with the balk. And the Generals now cling a 5-0 lead, and we're going to have a quick argument here by the Texarkana head coach. This one's going to be interesting here, because if that's a balk, that will be a run scored for the Generals. And a quick argument here. So still argument heading in here in the bottom of the second inning. Generals holding on to a 5-0 lead over the Twins here in the bottom of the second. Argument still taking place. Williams is the batter, and we're still going to have a quick argument here. But nonetheless, they're going to say that Gage Burns has the balk here in the bottom of the second inning, and the Generals now with runners on second and third. Michael Williams still the batter up to the plate. Only one out here in the bottom of the second inning. Generals have 3 runs so far in this inning. 5-0 game. Marshall Skinner, the catcher, on deck. First pitch coming on the way to Williams is going to miss down and away, moving the count to 1-0. Michael Williams playing his college ball at Paris Junior College. Playing in center field this season for the Generals. 1-0 count to Williams. Pitch on the way from Burns will be fouled off, moving the count to 1-1. Still only one out here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 count to Williams. Chase Evans the runner on second. Thomas Jeffries the runner on third. 1-1 pitch coming on the way to Williams. Williams is going to pop this one up, but it's going to go foul to make the count 1-2. So 1-2 count here to Michael Williams. Only one out here in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch coming on the way to Williams from Burns. Burns is going to hesitate over to third base with a nice little pump fake there. Trying to catch Jeffries off guard with that lead. 1-2 pitch on the way. Will miss outside, evening things up at 2. So the Generals not making it easy here on starting pitcher Gage Burns. 2-2 pitch coming to Williams. Williams is going to pop this one up, and it's going to be right over the head of the second baseman, and that's going to be a run. Head coach Michael Oros will hold Chase Evans at third, but Jeffrey scores on the RBI single by Mike Williams, and the game now sits at 6-0 Generals. So RBI single by Michael Williams means runners on first and third for the catcher Marshall Skinner. Six to nothing Generals already here in the bottom of the second inning. Generals exploding for 4 runs in this inning. Mike Williams on with the RBI single. And now Williams on first, Evans on third. Kyle Boudreaux will be the batter on deck for the Victoria Generals. Once again, that's the catcher Marshall Skinner up to the plate for the Generals. First pitch coming on the way to Skinner. Burns looks over to first at Williams. Pitch on the way. That one is going to be off the bat of Skinner. That was a wild play there. That ball was going right at the head of Skinner. Skinner dodges it by leaning down, but leaves the bat up, and it goes off the tip of the bat. And that's going to be a foul ball instead of a wild pitch. That could have scored a run if it doesn't hit off the bat of Skinner. So 0-1 count now to Marshall Skinner. And Skinner's going to hit this one right into the gap between center and right. And another run is going to score. And they're going to send Williams home too. This could be 2. And Marshall Skinner is going to be down with an RBI double. And the Generals just extend the lead to now 8-0. So the Generals now lead 8-0 after the RBI double by Marshall Skinner. And we're going to have, it looks like, could be a pitching change here in the bottom of the second inning. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. Kyle Boudreaux, the next batter up for the Generals. And we'll be right back after the quick mound visit. Back here in Victoria, bottom of the second inning, Generals holding an 8-0 lead over the Twins. New pitcher in for the Texarkana Twins is going to be number 21, Austin Cree. So once again, that's Austin Cree on the mound now for the Twins. Kyle Boudreau, the batter for the Generals. Marshall Skinner on second. First pitch of the game from Cree. Will be right down the middle for strike one. So an 0-1 count here to Boudreau. Marshall Skinner on second after the RBI double, as that one will miss outside, evening things up at 1. Already 7 hits in the game so far for the Generals, and we're only in the bottom of the second inning. 1-1 pitch coming on the way to Boudreau. Cree looks over to second, pitch on the way. That one's going to miss outside to move the count to 2-1. So a 2-1 count here to Boudreau. Anthony Jones, the designated hitter, on deck. 2-1 pitch to Cree will miss inside, and the count moves to 3-1. Here to Kyle Boudreau. Three-1 count to Boudreau. Pitch on the way from Cree. That one will miss high and away, and that'll be a walk. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. So Austin Cree comes in and walks the first batter that he sees. And with runners on first and second, only 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning, Anthony Jones is going to be the next batter up. Generals holding an 8-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. First pitch on the way to Jones will be popped up over to the right side, but it's going to get foul for strike one. 0-1 count here to Anthony Jones. Shortstop Trent Brown on deck. Oh, 1 pitch coming on the way. High and away missing to move the count to 1-1. One count here to the designated hitter, Anthony Jones. 1-1 pitch to Jones will be big, swing and a miss there. And the count now sits at 1-2. So Kyle Boudreau, the runner on first. Marshall Skinner, the runner on second. One-two count here to Jones. Cree looks over to second at Skinner. Pitch on the way. Jones is going to ground this one over to the left side, and that's going to be a base hit for Anthony Jones. And Marshall Skinner will be held at third. And the Generals continue the onslaught of hits. And now the bases are once again loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the second. So the bases are juiced. Only 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning, and the next batter up is going to be the shortstop Trent Brown. So Brown steps in. His team leading 8-0 with the bases loaded, as the first pitch will be in there for strike one. Oh, 1 count to Brown. Pitch on the way from Cree will miss inside, evening things up at 1. Already 8 hits in the game so far for the Generals. Anthony Jones, the runner on first. Kyle Boudreaux, the runner on second. Marshall Skinner, the runner on third. Trent Brown, the batter. 1-1 pitch to Brown will be in there for strike two. Parker Osborne, the batter, on deck for the Victoria Generals. One-two pitch to Brown. Brown's going to swing at that one. It's going to be caught by the third baseman, and he's going to step on the bag for the double play. But the Generals add 6 runs in the bottom half of the second inning and take an 8-0 lead to the third. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. Victoria Generals baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the top of the third inning. Generals holding an 8-0 lead over the Texarkana Twins. First batter up here for the Twins is going to be number 16, Peyton Faulkner. Matthew Swick remains on the mound for the Generals, as the first pitch to Faulkner will be fouled back for strike one. Peyton Faulkner playing his college ball at Southeast Missouri State. Has an 0-1 count. Pitch on the way from Swick. Ole Miss down and away, evening things back up at 1. Hunter Church will be the batter on deck, as the 1-1 pitch on the way from Swick will be fouled back once again to move the count to 1-2. One-two count here to Peyton Faulkner. Swick's pitch on the way is going to be hit over to the right side, but the right fielder Chase Evans is going to run under that one for the first out of the inning. So Faulkner flies out to right, and the next batter up here for the Texarkana Twins is going to be number 8, Hunter Church. First pitch coming on the way to Church will be in there for strike one. Hunter Church playing his college ball at Carl Albert State College. As the 0-1 pitch will miss down and away, evening things back up at 1. No hits in the game so far for the Texarkana Twins. 1-1 pitch on the way from Swick is going to be popped up in the infield. And the third baseman, Parker Osborne, is going to run under this one. And Osborne's going to make the catch in foul territory for the second out of the inning.
Is it back up? Yes. Okay, so it should be live.
So 2 outs here in the top of the third inning.
Thank you, brothers.
Yep. Next batter up here for the Texarkana Twins with 2 outs.
What did he do?
First pitch on the way to Swick. Be in there for strike 1. Jake Gray, the batter up for the Twins. 0-1 pitch on the way to Gray will miss down and away, evening things back up at 1. Jake Gray playing his college ball at LSU Shreveport. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way from Swick will be in there for strike 2. Gray not thinking that one was a strike, but the count now at 1-2. Generals with an 8-0 lead here in the top of the 3rd. One-two pitch on the way from Swick will be grounded over the first baseman Jeffries. Close play over at first. Swick is going to get there. Face first slide by Jake Gray is not going to be in time. And Swick is over there at first. So that's the 3rd out of the inning, and we head to the bottom half of the 3rd. Generals still holding on to an 8-0 lead. We'll be right back. Victoria Generals Baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Generals holding an 8-0 lead over the Texarkana Twins. First batter up here for your Victoria Generals is going to be the 3rd baseman, Parker Osborne. Austin Cree remains on the mound for the Texarkana Twins, trailing 8-0 here at Riverside Stadium. Generals exploding in the bottom of the 2nd inning, scoring 6 runs. Added 2 in the bottom of the 1st. The game now at 8-0. First pitch coming on the way to Osborne is going to be grounded over in between 3rd and short. And Parker Osborne will be on with another base hit. So Parker Osborne is on with the base hit. And we go back to the top of the order for the Victoria Generals. It's going to be Dominic Cox, the left fielder. 9 hits so far in the game for the Generals, and we're only in the bottom of the 3rd. As the first pitch to Cox is going to be popped up over to the right side. It's going to be caught by the 2nd baseman for the first out. So Dominic Cox is going to fly out to the 2nd baseman. And with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the first baseman, Thomas Jeffries, It's going to be the next batter up. Parker Osborne, the runner on first, 1 out. Jeffries, the batter at the plate. Pitch on the way from Cree. Will miss inside, moving things to 1-0. So 1-0 count here to Thomas Jeffries. Chase Evans, the batter on deck. 1-0 pitch to Jeffries will be in there, evening things back up at 1. Count is even at 1-1 here to Jeffries, the first baseman. Pitch on the way, that one's going to be fouled off. Moving the count to 1-2 here to Thomas Jeffries. Once again, the right fielder Chase Evans on deck. One-two count here to Thomas Jeffries. Jeffries calls quick time. Parker Osborne, the runner on first. 1-2 count to Jeffries. Pitch on the way from Cree is going to be grounded over, and that's going to be a base hit for Thomas Jeffries. His second of the game. And the Generals once again lighting up the scoreboard. 10th hit of the game, and we're only in the bottom of the third. And the right fielder Chase Evans is going to be the next batter up here for the Generals. So the right fielder Evans steps in. Jeffries on first, Osborne on second. Once again, what a hitting night so far for your hometown Victoria Generals. 10 hits so far in the ball game. And we are only in the bottom of the third. Generals lead 8-0. First pitch coming on the way to Chase Evans. Evans is going to hit this one over to the left side. This one could clear the wall. It's going to go back. It's going to go off the bottom of the wall. But nonetheless, Evans is going to get down with a single, and Osborne is going to score. Chase Evans missing a 3-run home run by just a couple feet. But the run does score, and the Generals now lead 9-0. So after Chase Evans comes just feet away from a home run, runners now on first and second for the center fielder, Michael Williams. The Generals continuing to reign in the pain here at Riverside Stadium. 9-0 lead. First pitch on the way from Cree to Williams will miss outside for ball 1. So 1-0 count coming to Williams. Pitch on the way. Williams is going to foul that one back, evening things back up at 1. Marshall Skinner will be the batter on deck for the Generals. Still only 1 out here in the bottom half of the third inning. One pitch coming on the way to Williams. That one's going to be in there for strike 2. And the count sits at 1-2 here to Mike Williams. So once again, Evans the runner on first, Jeffries the runner on second. One-two count here to Michael Williams. Pitch on the way from Cree. That one's going to be inside to even things back up at 2. So a 2-2 count now to Williams. 11 hits so far in the game for the Generals. Two-two pitch to Williams. Is going to be hit over foul once again. Michael Williams not making it easy here for Austin Cree. Count remains still at 2-2. Evans the runner on first. Jeffries the runner on second. Marshall Skinner on deck. Two-two pitch on the way to Williams will miss outside, and the count moves now to 3-2. Count now at 3-2 now to Michael Williams. The Twins in danger of loading the bases back up once again. This is game 1 of a 2-game series between the Generals and the Twins here at Riverside Stadium. A 3-2 count here to the center fielder, Michael Williams. Cree is going to step off as Jeffries, being a nuisance over there on second, looking like he wants to steal. Counts at 3-2, pitch on the way, high and away, and that's going to load the bases up for the Generals. And once again, Marshall Skinner will walk up to the plate with the bases loaded. So Michael Williams draws the walk and the base is now loaded. Catcher Skinner steps in. 9-0 Generals lead the Twins. Skinner looking to add more runs to the board. First pitch on the way to Skinner will miss inside for ball 1. So a 1-0 count here to Skinner. Pitch on the way from Cree will be grounded right to the second baseman. This could be a double play, and it is going to be a double play here to end the inning. But the Generals add one more to the board, and then now the game is at 9-0 Generals as we head to the top of the 4th. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. Victoria Generals Baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the top of the fourth inning. Generals holding a 9-0 lead over the Twins. First batter up here for the Texarkana Twins is going to be number 27, Cam Hill. First pitch on the way from Swick to Hill will be swung on and missed for strike one. No hits so far in the game for the Texarkana Twins. As an 0-1 pitch on the way from Swick is going to be popped up over to the left side foul to make the count 0-2. So an 0-2 count here to Cam Hill. (0-2) pitch coming on the way from Swick. Off speed's going to be high and away. Just missing. They're going to say that one's a ball. Very close one. Almost strike three, but the count now at 1-2. 1-2 pitch is going to be hit on the foot. And Cam Hill is going to be down to first base after being clunked by the pitch. So after Cam Hill is hit by the pitch, Dylan Ditzenberger is going to be the batter to step in now for the Texarkana Twins. Pitch on the way. There goes the runner down to second. Throw by Skinner is going to get past the glove of Trent Brown. And that's Cam Hill with the stolen base. Hill's going to take off for home, and Cam Hill is going to get all the way home, turning on the burners. And the Twins finally on the board here in the top of the fourth inning. The game now sits at 9-1. Just heads up base running there by Cam Hill. Turning it on after the bad throw. And the count now at 1-0. 1-0 pitch to Ditzenberger will be in there for strike one, evening things up. The 1-1 pitch coming on the way from Swick to Ditzenberger. Ditzenberger's going to ground it foul, moving the count to 1-2. So after Cam Hill goes all the way from second clear to home, the Twins finally on the board. And the game now sits at 9-1 as Ditzenberger's going to ground this one over to the first baseman Jeffries after the bobble. Ditzenberger's going to get down to first with the base hit. Nice hustle there by Dylan Ditzenberger. And the Twins now with the runner on first base and only one out here in the top of the fourth. So after the base hit by Ditzenberger, next batter up is going to be Matthew McDonald. Still only one out in the inning. First pitch from Swick is going to be missing. High and away to move the count to 1-0. 1-0 count here to Matthew McDonald. Avery George, the batter on deck for the Twins. 1-0 pitch going to be swung on and missed by McDonald, evening things back up at 1. So once again, 1-1 count here to Matthew McDonald. One pitch from Swick will miss down and away, moving the count to 2-1. Twins scoring a run here in the top of the fourth. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. That's going to be swung on and missed by McDonald. And the count will be even back to 2-2. McDonald not happy with himself that he went for that pitch. 2-2 count to Matthew McDonald. Dylan Ditzenberger, the runner on first. Pitch from Swick is going to be grounded over to Trent Brown. This could be two. Throw over to second. Boudreaux is going to slip on the bag. So Matthew McDonald will be safe at first, but Dylan Ditzenberger will be called out at second for the second out of the inning. So after the ground out, getting Ditzenberger out at second base, with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning, the next batter up is going to be number 25, Avery George. First pitch from Swick to George will be in there for strike 1 to move the count to 0-1. 0-1 count here to George. Pitch on the way from Swick will be fouled back. Moving the count now to 0-2. Hunter Sutherland will be the batter on deck for the Texarkana Twins. 0-2 count here to Avery George. Pitch on the way is going to be swung on and missed, and that's going to be a strikeout for Matthew Swick. And Avery George goes down swinging. And now, I thought there was 2 outs in the inning. That was only 1 out. George strikes out swinging, so now there will be 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. And Hunter Sutherland will step in for the Twins. So first pitch on the way will be grounded down and away for ball 1. So once again, I thought there was 2 outs in the innings, but there was only 1. So Avery George strikes out swinging, and there's now 2 outs. As the pitch is going to be grounded into left field for a base hit for Hunter Sutherland. And the Twins now with the runners on first and second and 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. So Tanner Sparks will be the next batter up here for the Twins with runners on first and second. So Sparks the batter. Pitch on the way from Swick. Will miss outside for ball 1. So a 1-0 count here to Sparks. Swick is going to step off here for a quick time. Generals holding a 9-1 lead over the Twins here in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch coming on the way from Swick will be swung on and missed. That was the second pitch of the at-bat, and the count now even at 1-1. So an even 1-1 count here to Tanner Sparks. Swick once again stepping off the bag to move the count. Count remains at 1-1 here to Sparks. Runners on first and second, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Pitch on the way will be inside, missing to move the count to 2-1. Two-one count here to Sparks. Pitch on the way. Sparks is going to fly this one up right over to the right side, and the right fielder Chase Evans is going to make the over-the-shoulder catch for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Twins get a run here in the top of the 4th, and the game now sits 9-1 Generals. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. Victoria Generals Baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Generals holding a 9-1 lead over the Texarkana Twins. First batter up here for your Victoria Generals is going to be Kyle Boudreaux. The second baseman Boudreaux. First pitch on the way from Cree to Boudreaux will miss down and away for ball one. So 1-0 count here to Kyle Boudreaux. 1-0 pitch will miss outside to move the count to 2-0. Anthony Jones will be the batter on deck for the Victoria Generals. .2-0 pitch coming on the way. Boudreaux's going to swing at that one, and that's going to be a base hit into right field for Kyle Boudreaux. Another hit in the ballgame for the Generals to add to the total. So after the base hit by Boudreaux, the next batter up here is going to be the designated hitter, Anthony Jones. 13 hits so far in the game for the Generals. We sit only in the bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch on the way to Jones will be high and away missing, moving the count to 1-0. Count sits at 1-0 here to Anthony Jones. 1-0 pitch from Cree is going to be popped up over behind for a foul ball. So 1-1 count here to Anthony Jones. Trent Brown, the batter, on deck. Kyle Boudreaux, the base runner, on first. 1-1 pitch on the way off speed will miss outside. And the count now moves to 2-1. .2-1 count here to Anthony Jones. Pitch on the way to Jones will miss outside once again, and the count now to 3-1. 3-1 count here to Anthony Jones. Pitch on the way from Jones is going to be hit right up the middle. Cree's going to get this one. Throw over to second. Throw over to first, and that's going to be a double play for the Texarkana Twins. So a heads-up play there by the pitcher, Austin Cree. Grounds the ball, throws it over to second. And the throw from second to first will be the double play. So with now 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth, the batter up for the Generals is going to be Trent Brown, the shortstop. First pitch on the way to Brown will miss down and away for ball one. So a 1-0 count here to Trent Brown. 1-0 pitch will miss outside, moving the count to 2-0. Parker Osborne, the batter, on deck for the Generals. 2-0 pitch to Brown. Brown's going to foul it back, moving the count to 2-1. Generals lead the Twins 9-1 here at Riverside Stadium. 2-1 pitch on the way to Brown. Brown's going to pop this one up, and this could be the third out of the inning, as the right fielder George is going to run under it. And we're going to head to the fifth. Generals holding on to a 9-1 lead over the Texarkana Twins. We'll be right back. Victoria Generals Baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the top of the 5th inning. Generals holding a 9-1 lead over the Twins. First batter up here is going to be Peyton Faulkner for the Twins, as the first pitch from Swick will be in there for strike one. So 13 hits so far in the game for the Victoria Generals, none for the Twins. As that one's going to be hit up the middle to Brown. Brown scoop and throw over to first. Nice scoop there by Brown at short. And that'll be the first out of the inning. So after the nice scoop there by Trent Brown to get the runner out at first. Next batter up here for the Texarkana Twins is going to be number 8, Hunter Church. First pitch on the way to Church. We'll meet you in there for strike one. Jake Gray will be the batter on deck for the Twins. 0-1 pitch will be down and away. Missing to even things up at 1. One count. Here to Jake Gray. High and away, missing to move the count to 2-1. Generals leading the Twins 9-1 here at Riverside Stadium. Top of the 5th inning. 2-1 pitch will miss outside, and the count now to 3-1 here to Jake Gray. Count now at 3-1. Pitch on the way to Gray will be grounded over to the second baseman, Kyle Boudreau. Throw over to first, and that'll be the second out of the inning. So after the ground out there by Hunter Church, the next batter up for the Texarkana Twins is going to be number 4, Jake Gray. First pitch on the way from Swick to Gray will be high and away, missing for ball 1. So a 1-0 count here to Gray. Pitch on the way from Swick will be inside, missing to now move the count to 2-0. Count here to Jake Gray. Swick's pitch will miss outside, and the count now to 3-0. Count here to Jake Gray. Pitch on the way from Swick will be right down the middle, adding a strike to the board, and then now the count sits at 3-1. 3-1 pitch on the way from Swick will miss down and away, and that'll be a walk here for Jake Gray. So after the walk there by Gray, the next batter up here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning will be Cam Hill. Generals lead 9-1. First pitch on the way to Cam Hill will miss high and away for ball 1. So a quick mound visit here between catcher Marshall Skinner and pitcher Matthew Swick, as Jeffries goes over also to talk to Swick possibly about the runner over on first base. 2-2 count here to Mike Williams. Pitch on the way. Williams is going to ground that one over to the second baseman, throw over to first for the second out of the inning. So Mike Williams grounds out to the second baseman. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the next batter up is going to be the catcher, Marshall Skinner. So Skinner steps up to bat here in the bottom of the 6th, as the first pitch will be down and away, missing for ball 1. One-0 count here to Skinner. Pitch on the way is going to be in there for strike 1 to even things up. 9-2 Generals lead over the Twins here at Riverside Stadium. 1-1 pitch on the way. Skinner's going to ground this one over to the left side. It's going to be a base hit for Marshall Skinner. Skinner's going to take off for second for a double. And the catcher, Marshall Skinner, will be on second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. So after the double there by Marshall Skinner, the next batter up here for your Victoria Generals is going to be the second baseman, Kyle Boudreau. Generals leading the Twins 9-2. Marshall Skinner, the runner on second base. First pitch on the way to Boudreau. Boudreau's going to send that one into the gap, and Skinner's going to be sent home. And that's going to be an RBI double there by Kyle Boudreau. As a play at second, Boudreau's going to be actually thrown out. Very close slide there. But Skinner's going to get across the plate, and the Generals are going to add another run here to make the game 10-2 as we head to the 7th inning. We'll be right back with Victoria Generals baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the top of the 7th inning. Generals holding a 10-2 lead over the Twins. New pitcher in for the Generals will be Cal Kilgo, number 25. Jake Gray will be the batter, and the first pitch to Gray will be outside for ball 1. So once again, that's Cal Kilgo now on the mound for the Generals. 1-0 pitch on the way. Will miss high and away to move the count to 2-0. 2-0 count here to Jake Gray. Generals holding on to a 10-2 lead. .20 pitch on the way will be in there for strike 1. Count now sits at 2-1 here to Gray. .21 pitch on the way from Kilgo will be fouled off over to the right side, and things will even back up. So you're pitching tonight for your Victoria Generals. Matthew Swick started things off for the Generals before Zach Smith came in for relief. And for the first out of the inning. So Kyle Boudreaux makes the catch for the flyout, and with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning, Cam Hill will step in now for the Twins. First pitch on the way to Hill is going to be popped up behind. Catcher Marshall Skinner is going to chase after that one, but it's going to get out for strike 1. So once again, the Generals leading the Texarkana Twins 10-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. 0-1 pitch coming on the way from Kilgo will be high and away, missing to move the count back to 1-1. One count here to Cam Hill. Pitch on the way from Kilgo, misses outside once again, moving the count to 2-1. Two-one count. Pitch on the way. Hill looks like he wants to bunt that one, but cannot get contact on the ball. But the ball was out before Hill attempted the bunt, and the count now to 3-1. Marshall Skinner looking like he needs a new glove. Throwing the old one over into the dugout. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a hole in the glove or something, but Skinner here with a 3-1 count to Cam Hill. Marshall Skinner gets one of his teammates to run into the dugout to grab a new glove. So after the quick time there by Skinner, Cam Hill the batter, 3-1 count. Generals holding a 10-2 lead. 3-1 pitch from Kilgo is going to be high and away, missing. And the count now at 4-1 as Cam Hill is going to be down to first with a walk. So after Cam Hill on first with a walk, the next batter up here for the Texarkana Twins with 1 out in the top of the 7th is going to be Dylan Ditzenberger. First pitch on the way from Kilgo will be in there for strike 1. Oh-1 count here to Ditzenberger. Pitch on the way from Kilgo is going to be in there for strike 2 as Ditzenberger dodges that one. And the count now at 0-2. Oh-2 pitch coming. There goes the runner to second. Hill. Throw from Skinner is going to be off the glove of Trent Brown. And Cam Hill turns on the burners down to third. And Hill's going to take off for home once again. Close play at the plate, and they're going to say that Cam Hill is out at home. So Cam Hill tries to go the extra mile going home. But the nice throw there from what I believe was the right fielder, Chase Evans. Nice catch there by Skinner. And Cam Hill is called out at home for the second out of the inning. So the count now at 2-2 here to Dylan Ditzenberger. Pitch on the way from Kilgo, high and away missing. And the count goes back full to 3-2. Matthew McDonald, the batter on deck for the Twins. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. 3-2 pitch. Ditzenberger will foul it back. And Ditzenberger looking like he's going to grab a new bat. Generals leading the Twins 10-2 here at Riverside Stadium. 15 hits tonight for the Generals, only 3 for the Twins. Top of the 7th inning, 10-2 game. 3-2 pitch from Kilgo is going to be outside missing. And instead the count now goes to 3-2. As that was the 2-2 pitch from Kilgo. Now the count at 3-2 here to Ditzenberger. 3-2 pitch on the way. Ditzenberger once again going to foul that one off. Dylan Ditzenberger staying alive here in the at-bat. 3-2 count here to Ditzenberger. Nobody on base. Pitch on the way from Kilgo is going to be swung on a miss, and that's going to be a strikeout for Cal Kilgo. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Generals with a 10-2 lead over the Texarkana Twins. We'll be right back with Victoria Generals Baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Generals with a 10-2 lead over the Twins. New pitcher in for the Texarkana Twins is going to be number 49, Garen Shelton. As the first pitch of the game from Shelton will be in there for strike 1. The batter up for your Victoria Generals is going to be the designated hitter, Anthony Jones. As Jones is going to foul the 0-1 pitch back to move the count to 0-2. So Anthony Jones, the batter here for the Generals, as Shelton's pitch will be inside missing, moving the count to 1-2. 1-2 count. Coming on the way to Anthony Jones, and that one's going to miss inside. Count now moves to even 2-2. Shortstop Trent Brown will be in the on-deck circle. 2-2 pitch from Shelton will be fouled back once again. Anthony Jones staying alive. Count sits at 2-2 here to Anthony Jones. Pitch on the way from Shelton will miss inside once again. And the count now full at 3-2. Count 3-2 pitch to Shelton will miss inside to Jones. And Anthony Jones is going to walk down to first after being walked. So after the walk there by Anthony Jones, next batter up here is going to be the shortstop Trent Brown. First pitch coming on the way to Trent Brown. Will be down and away, missing to move the count to 1-0. Looks like we could be seeing a pinch hitter on deck, Giancarlo Servin. 1-0 pitch from Trent Brown, to Trent Brown. Will miss inside, making the count 2-0. So a 2-0 count here to Brown. Jones the runner on first. 2-1 pitch from Shelton. 2-0 pitch from Shelton will be swung on and missed by Brown. And now the count goes to 2-1. Once again, Generals with a 10-2 lead over the Twins. 15 hits tonight in the game for the Generals, only 3 for the Twins. Pitch on the way will miss outside, and the count now at 3-1 to Trent Brown. "3-1 count here to Brown. Pitch on the way will be in there for strike 2, and now the count sits full. The count now full at 3-2 here to Trent Brown. Pitch on the way. Brown's going to ground it past the third baseman for a base hit. And Trent Brown is going to be on first with a base hit single. So the Generals adding to that hit total. 16th hit of the night for your Victoria Generals. And we're going to have a quick mound visit here between the Twins head coach and Garen Shelton. Giancarlo Servin will be the next batter up, and we're going to step aside for just a moment. So bottom of the 7th inning, nobody out, runners on first and second. And the batter up now will be the pinch hitter, Giancarlo Servin. So Servin steps in. Runners on first and second base, nobody out. First pitch on the way from Shelton. Will miss inside for ball 1. Game 2 will be tomorrow night here at Riverside Stadium, 7:05 first pitch. 1-0 count here to the pinch hitter, Giancarlo Servin. Pitch on the way from Shelton, swung on and missed by Servin to even things back up at 1-1. Count sits even here to Giancarlo Servin coming in to pinch hit. Back to the top of the order, Dominic Cox, the batter on deck. One count. Trent Brown, the runner on first. Anthony Jones, the runner on second. Pitch on the way to Servin is going to be inside, missing, getting past the catcher's glove. And the count moves now to 2-1. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Once again, Servin the batter. Coming here to Giancarlo Servin. Servin is going to let that one go at his feet for a 3-1 count. So a 3-1 count here to Giancarlo Servin. Nobody out, runners already on first and second base. Pitch on the way from Shelton. That's going to be swung on and missed by Servin. And now the count goes to a full 3-2. So now the count sits at full 3-2 here to Giancarlo Servin. Dominic Cox, the batter on deck. Three-two pitch coming on the way from Shelton. There goes Jones the third, but it's going to be ball 4. And Giancarlo Servin's going to walk to first with a walk. So we go back to the top of the order here as Dominic Cox will step in. The left fielder. Bases are loaded. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So Dominic Cox will step in. Giancarlo Servin, the runner on first. Trent Brown, the runner on second. Anthony Jones, the runner on third. First pitch on the way to Dominic Cox is going to be hit into left field, folks. This could be a grand slam. This one's going to carry over the left field scoreboard. And Dominic Cox with the grand slam here in the bottom of the 7th inning to add 4 more to the board. And the Generals now lead 14-2. So Dominic Cox smacks one over the left field scoreboard on the first pitch he sees. And the Generals continue to rein in the pain after the grand slam. And it's now 14-2 Victoria. So after the grand slam by Dominic Cox, the next batter up is going to be the first baseman, Thomas Jeffries. As Jeffries is going to be hit by the pitch on the first pitch that he... So after Jeffries is hit by the pitch, next batter up here for your Victoria Generals is going to be the right fielder, Chase Evans. So the right fielder, Evans, will step in now for the Generals. As the first pitch on the way. There goes Jeffries to second. Throw is not going to be in time, and that's going to be another stolen bag for Thomas Jeffries. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Generals hold a 14-2 lead. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be high and away. Right at that upper shoulder area of Chase Evans. Evans having to duck out of the way, and the count now to 2-0. Count here to Chase Evans. Pitch on the way will miss outside, and the count now to 3-0. 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th inning off the Dominic Cox grand slam. 3-0 pitch is going to be popped up by Evans. And it looks like the center fielder, Hill, is going to run under it for out number 1. So runners on first and second here for the Victoria Generals. Anthony Jones, the batter. First pitch on the way from Hunter Church will miss outside for ball one. Count now sits at 1-0 here to Anthony Jones. 1-0 pitch will be in there for strike one, evening things back up. Kyle Boudreaux, the runner, on first. Brady Disher, the runner, on second. 1-1 pitch will be in there for strike two, and the count now to 1-2. Generals lead the Twins 15-2 here at Riverside Stadium. 1-2 pitch on the way to Jones from Church will be fouled back to make things 1-2. One-two count here to Anthony Jones. Pitch on the way, broken bat. It's going to be in there for a... So the bases are loaded. 2 outs for the batter in here in the bottom of the seventh, Trent Brown. Oh, 0-1 count here to Brown. Pitch on the way from Church will be fouled back, moving the count to 0-2. Count now sits at 0-2 here to Trent Brown. 0-2 pitch on the way. That one's going to miss outside, moving the count to 1-2. Anthony Jones, the runner, on first. Kyle Boudreaux on second. Disher on third. Brown's going to pop this one up behind to remain at 1. Score 5 runs here in the bottom of the seventh, including a Dominic Cox grand slam. And the Generals now hold a 15-2 lead over the Twins. Back here in Victoria, we head to the top of the 8th inning. Generals holding a 15-2 lead over the Twins. New pitcher in for the Victoria Generals is going to be Pedro Garcia. So Garcia, typically a starting pitcher, will come in here for relief, as the first batter up for the Texarkana Twins is going to be Matthew McDonald. First pitch on the way from Pedro will be in there for strike one. Count now at 0-1 here to Matthew McDonald. 0-1 pitch on the way will be fouled back to move the count to 0-2. Count now sits at 0-2 here to Matthew McDonald. Oh, 0-2 pitch from Garcia is going to be grounded up right to the second baseman Kyle Boudreau. Throw over to first for out number one. So after the ground out by Matt McDonald, the next batter up is going to be number 25, Avery George. (15-2) Generals lead. First pitch on the way from Pedro will miss outside for ball one. Count now sits at 1-0. 1-0 pitch on the way will miss down and away to make the count 2-0. Pitch coming on the way from Garcia. That one will miss outside, and the count now at 3-0. 3-0 count here to Avery George. .30 pitch on the way will be in there for strike one, and the count now at 3-1. Count sits 3-1 here to Avery George. Pitch on the way from Pedro will miss outside for ball four. And Avery George will be down to first with a walk. So after the walk by Avery George, runner on first base, one out. Next batter up is going to be number 26, Hunter Sutherland. Generals lead. Fia will miss outside for ball one. .1-0 count here to Hunter Sutherland. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be fouled off to even things back up at 1. .1-1 count here to Hunter Sutherland. Avery George, the runner on first. Pitch on the way. There goes George to second. Throw down to second by Disher, who is now in at catcher for Marshall Skinner. Will not be there in time. And the count now will sit at 1-2 here to Hunter Sutherland. So after George is down to second, 1-2 count here to Hunter Sutherland. Pitch on the way. That one will miss outside, and the count now at 2-2. 2-2 count here to Sutherland. Avery George, the runner, on second base now with only 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Pitch on the way from Pedro will be in there for strike 3, and that's going to be a strikeout for Pedro Garcia. So Hunter Sutherland goes down. And the next batter up with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning will be number 14, Tanner Sparks. First pitch on the way to Sparks, off speed pitch, will miss just outside to make the count 1-0. 1-0 count here to Sparks. Pitch on the way from Garcia. This one's going to be flown out into left field, but the left fielder Dominic Cox is going to make the over-the-shoulder catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 8th. Generals with a 15-2 lead over the Twins. We'll be right back with Victoria Generals Baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Generals with a 15-2 lead over the Twins. First batter up here for your Victoria Generals is going to be Giancarlo Servin, as the first pitch is going to be in there for strike 1. 0-1 count here to Servin. Church still on the mound as that one will miss outside to even things up at 1. 1-1 pitch on the way. Servin's going to ground it over to the third baseman. Throw over to first for the first out of the inning. So after the ground out by Giancarlo Servin, the next batter up will be Dominic Cox, who had a grand slam in the bottom of the 7th inning. Generals lead 15-2. First pitch on the way will be in there for strike 1 from Church. Oh, 0-1 pitch will miss outside from Church, and the count now at 1-1. One pitch coming on the way to Dominic Cox. He's going to pop this one back to move the count to 1-2. One-two pitch coming on the way to Cox. It's going to be grounded right back up to the pitcher, Church. Throw over to first for the second out of the inning. So after the ground out by Dominic Cox, next batter up here with 2 outs is going to be the first baseman, Thomas Jeffries. First pitch on the way to Jeffries will miss down and away for ball 1. One 0 pitch coming on the way to Jeffries. That one will miss outside, moving the count to 2-0. Two-0 pitch will miss outside, and the count now at 3-0 here to Thomas Jeffries. Three-0 pitch will miss outside, and Jeffries goes down to first with a 4-pitch walk. So runner on first base, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Generals holding on to a 15-2 lead as Chase Evans steps in now for the Generals, as the first pitch to Evans is going to be in there for strike 1. Count sits at 0-1. 0-1 pitch is going to be fouled back over the fence to now make the count 0-2. So an 0-2 count here to the right fielder Chase Evans. Thomas Jeffries the runner on first. Generals lead 15-2. As the 0-2 will miss outside, moving the count to 1-2. 1-2 pitch to Evans is going to be hit right up the middle. And that's going to be another base hit tonight for Chase Evans. So after the base hit there by Chase Evans, the next batter up here for your Victoria Generals will be the pinch hitter, Michael Morissette. Runners on first and second, as Morissette's going to foul that one back into the netting to move the count to 0-1. Oh-1 count here to Morissette. Pitch on the way will be in there for strike 2. Count now at 0-2 here to Michael Morissette. 0-2. Morissette's going to take one right in the back. And Michael Morissette will be down to first after being hit by the pitch. So now the bases are loaded. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the catcher, Brady Disher, will step in now for your Victoria Generals. First pitch on the way to Disher will miss high and away for ball 1. 1-0 pitch coming on the way to Disher. That one's going to foul back into the netting to even things back up at 1. So the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Brady Disher, the hitter. 20 hits tonight for the Victoria Generals. As the 1-1's going to be popped up over to the left side. Third baseman cannot get over there for it. And the count now at 1-2 here to Disher. One-two count here to Brady Disher. Pitch on the way to Disher is going to be grounded over to the right side. Foul line. And Disher will remain up at the plate with a 1-2 count. One-two pitch coming on the way to Disher. Disher's going to ground this one over to the second baseman. And that will be the third out of the inning. So now we head to the ninth. Generals holding on to a 15-2 lead over the Twins. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back with Generals baseball. Back here in Victoria, we head to the top of the ninth inning. Generals with a 15-2 lead over the Twins. New pitcher in for the Victoria Generals is going to be Kyle Rogers, as the first pitch from Rogers is going to be fouled back. So an 0-1 pitch on the way from Rogers will be swung on and missed for strike two. Nigel Smith, the batter, in for the Twins. 0-2 pitch coming on the way from Rogers is going to be swung on and missed for strike three. And that's going to be a 3-pitch at-bat for Nigel Smith. So after the strikeout by Nigel Smith, the next batter up for the Generals will be number 8, Hunter Church, as the first pitch from Rogers will be in there for strike one. The 0-1 pitch coming on the way is going to be fouled back, moving the count to 0-2. Count sits at 0-2. Pitch on the way from Rogers will be in there for strike three, and Kyle Rogers with another strikeout here in the top of the ninth. So after the strikeout with 2 outs here in the top of the ninth inning, the next batter up for the Texarkana Twins is going to be number 4, Jake Gray. First pitch on the way to Gray will be down and away, missing for ball one. Count sits at 1-0 here to Jake Gray. Pitch on the way from Rogers will be right down the middle, evening things up at 1. So the count now even at 1-1. Pitch on the way. That one's going to get off of Rogers. And that's going to be in there. And it's going to hit Gray right in the back to advance the runner to first. So after Gray is hit by the pitch, still 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. The next batter up is going to be Cam Hill. As the first pitch to Hill was going to be flown over to the left side. And the third baseman, Servin, cannot get there. And that'll be a foul ball. So an 0-1 count here to Cam Hill. Runner on first. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Pitch on the way from Rogers. That one's going to be popped up. And this could probably end the game. Here as the left fielder, Dominic Cox, will run under it. And that's your ball game here at Riverside Stadium. Final here from Riverside. Generals take game 1, 15-2 over the Texarkana Twins. 20 hits tonight in the game for the Victoria Generals, only 3 for the Twins. And the Generals final here at Riverside Stadium. Once again, Generals take game 1, 15-2 over the Twins. We'll see you tomorrow as game 2 is here at Riverside Stadium. First pitch, 7:05 p.m. We'll see you tomorrow. Go Generals. Yeah.